what's more interesting than that, I think the levels of maturity are interesting, but what's more interesting is the underlying factors that separate high maturity organizations from low maturity organizations. It's not just about going out and buying technology. You have to have clear strategic focus and be really intentional with your investments. And I think that's where the work activity analysis for Johnson Controls came into play, because it gave a very specific frame to say we're doing too much of this type of work, and we have an opportunity to move that to AI, get more support from AI, and increase the amount of strategic and consultative work that we're doing. And that's going to help actually drive our business strategy forward. So that's the first thing. The second thing is data and data readiness. AI is just like any other technology before it, in the sense that garbage in and garbage out is still a problem, if not an amplified problem, right, with AI, because of the way that it works. And so a lot of organizations that want to do something with AI are finding themselves having to take a step back to clean up their knowledge base, or to clean up their HR data, or to clean up their finance policies, whatever the input is that's required to create the desired output. So that's a big area. When we think about data readiness, we think about it in terms of quality. We think about it in terms of accessibility. Can you get to it? Because a lot of our large enterprise clients have data spread out across a bunch of different applications. And is it rich? Is it rich enough to go after some of the more complex or sophisticated use cases that you care about? So that's the second thing. The third is agile delivery. A lot of organizations took a half step toward agile with the movement to the cloud, but maybe haven't gone all the way. And I think what we see with AI as a technology is that it doesn't lend itself to traditional forms of delivery. It is by nature incremental. It is going to be something that you invest to continuously improve over time. You'll never be done. There is no finish line with an AI journey. And that's something that I think a lot of our clients are still struggling to embrace, and not just the agile mindset, but all the ways of working that go around it, and the capabilities that are required to actually enable you to operate differently. We talk about enterprise tools. AI is not this thing that you just go buy off the shelf. It's a bunch of different things coming together. I think back, Dave, to your conceptual architecture slide and showing all the different components that go into agentic AI. That's the reality of this, right? It's not one thing. It's a lot of different things coming together to be able to create these transformative results. And organizations have to get more and more comfortable with that. It means you're going to be using your HR tools, your IT tools, your finance tools, but also combining that with enterprise tools, understanding what's available in the market, supplementing where it makes sense. And the shelf life of any tech strategy is going to be pretty short given the pace of change right now. So being able to sense and research and revisit the decisions over time to make sure you're bringing the best technical capabilities together is going to be huge. Governance, totally required. And there's kind of two sides to governance. It's the monitoring, the policies, the guardrails. They're going to encourage safe, responsible usage of AI tools, limit the amount of risk or potential for negative outcomes that are possible. But it's also the other side of governance, which is being able to capture and articulate the value that you're creating through your AI investments and your AI portfolio, so that you can go and make smarter investments in the future. You know what works and what works well, and you're able to kind of share that with decision makers across the organization to improve overall performance. And then the last piece, which I think is maybe the piece that we're just at the very beginning of, is true workforce enablement. So if you think about agentic AI and this idea that AI is going to be able to take on a lot of traditional forms of work and take that off of our plates over time. It's not going to happen overnight. It'll take some time. But there's a key dependency to that happening, which is people have to use the tools. They have to adopt. They have to engage. And we've found that people are struggling to adopt or engage with AI if they don't have the right level of fluency and the right level of trust in this technology and in the organization's intent in investing in this technology. And so there's a lot of factors in play here, but I think those are all some barriers that we're seeing clients wrestle with. And when we think about a comprehensive AI roadmap, it really has to touch on all of those things in order to get to those higher stages of maturity.